My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
Oh yeah. I'm Son's Falcon. It's his birthday.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Here we go. What just happened? Thursday's the new Friday. I am the Gamble Fella. I've got my cigar. I've got my Creature, the Guinness. I'm missing my co-host. It's his birthday today. His son's got opening night for high school lacrosse. We're going to do this solo. That'll be okay. We'll get through it. We'll get through it solo, man. It's not a big deal. This is what just happened. We'll probably leave you thinking that after the show. What the hell did I just watch? What just happened live on 12 Ounce Sports every Thursday? Well, most Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We missed the last few Thursdays for some other things we had going on. We have a lot going on the network. Tracy Murray was just on earlier today, breaking down the men's and women's Final Four. Former UCLA and NBA basketball player. That was very exciting through the Fired Up Sports guys. Rome show's back tomorrow morning. Got to catch him. Of course, Daily Dives rocking it. Captain Lou's back from the Nationals, the ACHA Nationals. He did a fantastic job for the ACHA as the play-by-play guy for all the national tournament hockey action. He's back on 12 Ounce Sports. He came out swinging this week on 12 Ounce Sports. His ACHA Tuesday night had huge interviews. UNLV, champions. He had them on, I think Longwood, I read. Then Wednesday night with Mitch, they had this huge author on. So, I mean, Lou came back swinging. I'm going to drink one to Lou, actually. Salute. Salute to Lou. But like I said, it's Falcon's birthday. Happy birthday. If he was on Twitter, he's on Facebook, but you probably don't know him. Happy birthday to the Falcon. I'm going to do this solo so he can enjoy his son's lacrosse game and have a nice birthday dinner. But I can do this solo. This show started out solo. What just happened? Now, before I get into it, if you're watching on YouTube or X, please chime in. Again, I'm going by myself tonight. I don't have my co-host, so the throat tends to get dry. I got the cigar and the beer. I talk so much. I yell. I get worked up. I might need you to chime in so I can see your comments. Whew, here we go. We have a ton of topics. And actually, I haven't done this in a very long time on what just happened, but at the end of the show, I'm going to give you my Final Four picks. I haven't made any bets on this show in a long time. We're going to make some picks, though. We're going to go right straight to MyBookie to make some picks. We'll talk about MyBookie later. Right now, I want to talk about Be Like Mike. This might get me going here. All right, but I have to play this first before I go into this topic.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Got to see that's how I dream to be.
I dream I move. I dream I groove. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike.
I want to be like Mike.
Like Mike. If I could be like Mike.
Be like Mike.
Be like Mike.
Oh.
Be like Mike.
Yeah, I try. Just need to fly.
Just one day if I could be that way. I dream I
Wow. I actually felt like a 14 or 15-year-old again watching that. That was actually kind of gave me goosebumps a little bit. Getting a little worked up here. Be like Mike. That started at Gatorade. That was like early 90s. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually the genesis of all this. Be like someone else. But it's really bad in the NBA. Now everybody's, be like Mike, be like LeBron. Um, Nobody was like be like Bill Russell or Kareem, but what is this all about? Why can't you just be yourself? What just happened? And it turned into this whole thing on the internet. That's why this show exists. What just happened? I like when topics spiral out of control. So we had Jared Allen of the Cavs.
Honestly, I was telling them I wanted to look like Bron, trying to bring it back. I looked at the replay, nothing close.
Now, look, I like to have fun with the Knicks. I joke around all the time, okay? But I kind of find a mental issue with this. Like, why are you trying to be like LeBron? Why are you trying to be like Mike? Why can't you just be Jared Allen? But one of our guys on social media had responded to that tweet and said, why does it always have to be like Mike or Kobe? See, people can be like, and that started all kinds of arguments. This guy can only dunk, blah, blah, blah. Like, people chill out a little bit. What just happened? Like, calm down. I blame Gatorade for a lot of things, actually, but I blame Gatorade for this whole thing of, now I know imitation's the biggest form of flattery, but these guys are all striving to be someone else. You notice the one guy in the NBA that wasn't really striving to be someone else? LeBron. I don't think LeBron was trying to be like anybody else at all. He's actually pretty outspoken about he thinks he's the greatest ever. He didn't like, maybe he has in the past, but I haven't heard him say he's trying to be like Jordan or Kobe. Like, be yourself, Jared Allen. Why are you trying to look like someone? What just happened? But I love the spiraling out of control on social media when something like that hits, and it's almost daily. That's why I love this show, What Just Happened. Like, just be yourself. My goodness. I blame Gatorade, though. That's when that whole kind of thing came about. Like, we're kind of, it's full circle. We're kind of coming back around to people saying, be comfortable with who you are, be yourself. But we still have this trickling effect of, I'm going to try to be like him. I'm going to try to be like her. Just be yourself. Be great. All right, here we go. Moving on. Dude, it's just a halftime show, bro. Spare the ACL. This one's, I don't like watching this. I don't like seeing other people in pain. I actually have a hard time watching this, but it's like, what was this guy thinking? All right, it's a halftime contest. And, oh boy. And he blows his ACL. Now I don't like seeing him in pain like this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm the game. Like, be careful. Now, was there water? That's the thing I want to know. Was there water on the court here? Because it looks like he wasn't really out of control, was he? But he slipped bad. Folks, if you're not currently an athlete, I know guys like to think, well, the question I have for the viewers, YouTuber X, do you think ACL guy may have gotten a bigger package monetarily than if he would have won the challenge at halftime? The Hawks have to feel bad, right? Like, maybe they're going to compensate him a little bit. But if I know guys, we like to think, well, the Al Bundy, I scored 4 touchdowns for Polk High once my senior year. Yeah, but you're 40 now. Like, you're not cut out for this. Like, if you get selected for a halftime show, a challenge, like, tone it down a little bit. Go easy. Don't get out of control. You're gonna blow your ACL out. You're gonna completely embarrass yourself. That guy could have physical ailments for a long time. Have you ever blown an ACL out? It's not easy to recover from. But it was all for some kind of halftime challenge, like, to win a small prize. Like, yeah, tone it down a little bit. Tone it down. You know who doesn't need to tone things down? They need to kind of ramp them up. The NBA. I was kind of offended. Have you guys seen this? Do you see this? Yeah, no. The Pistons and who was it? Timberwolves. Major fight. There's fans underneath this pile. Their heads right by the punches thrown. They're in the lap of fans, right? I was offended by what I heard afterwards. All right, so we've been waiting for the suspensions to be levied. You have fans under the rubble, paying customers. The whole reason your league exists. Boom. The biggest suspension was 2 games. You're throwing punches by a fan's head. And the biggest suspension to result from that is 2 games? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now, our owner, Monday night, the Monday night quarterback said he thinks there should be a suspension in the 20s. Ron Artest got 86 games for the malice at the Palace, but he punched a fan. These guys were punching fans. They weren't punching fans. They were punching guys that were laying on top of fans. The fan could have got seriously injured. Okay? The NBA could have had a multi-million-dollar payout. You can't go fighting, whether it's fans or other NBA players, you can't go fighting them in the crowd where the general public, the paying public, the paying customer could get injured, could get punched. You can't do that. And the NBA says, yeah, we're going to suspend Isaiah Stewart 2 games because he has a reputation and everybody else 1 game. What just happened? Are you guys trying to turn people off from your league? Are you trying to turn away people? I mean, presumably that's a well-to-do guy because he's in the front row right behind the hoop. Maybe he doesn't care, but if he got punched in the face, he would have cared. And that's a huge customer you got there, a very wealthy customer. These are things like when you're running the front office of a pro league, do you think through these things? Like, okay, they got in a fight. I mean, the NBA's, trying to do something about massive fights, right? They don't want punches thrown. I've seen punches thrown and bigger suspensions when they weren't in the crowd. But I got to pull it back up. Sorry, I took it off. These guys are laying on top of customers. You can't have that. You can't have that. And you're going to see a big punch here. There's a punch. Somebody's head's in the way. You just can't have that. And then the NBA says, yeah, I mean, we're going to suspend the guy that's got a fighting reputation 2 games. What just happened? I don't agree with it. I cringed when I saw that. I cringed when I saw how soft they went down on these guys. I don't know what the NBA is doing. I don't know if they're trying to keep stars in, brush it under the rug. I'm not sure what they're doing. But it's just like, come on. They're laying on crowd numbers. We got to be better than that. What just happened? This is what just happened. Thursday's a new Friday, 6:30, most Thursdays. It's usually every Thursday. My co-host, it's his birthday. He turns 51 today. Happy birthday, Falcon. He's at his son's lacrosse game. It's the season opener. It's the only game of the season on Thursday, so he'll be back next week. Hey, did you see this? This will get me worked up. ESPN host Monica McNutt says Caitlin Clark is popular because of race. What? Do we have to do this? We have to do this every time, every topic. Is this what it gets? We're just going to boil it down to this, right? It's not that she was breaking rookie records or, record crowds were turning out or she was putting up numbers. She's excelling on the court. She led Indiana back to the playoffs. Like, can we just celebrate that somebody drew some interest? We got to turn it into this now, right? We got to turn it into, and I'm actually convinced. I hope this is the right video. And I'm not going to play the audio. I'm not giving her credit. This is lazy journalism. Okay. Is there some kind of element there? I don't know, but like when ESPN goes to the same script every time, you start to think, well, maybe they're just making this up. Maybe that's not actually what's happening. What just happened? But it's just like, it feels like, in me, the Gamble fella replied to a post. Like, I think they teach you this in orientation at ESPN because it's like the same playbook. Like you're telling me she's not a generational player. You're telling me she's not different playing wise, quality playing wise on the court than all the other players that have been showing up to the WNBA lately. Like she's not Lisa Leslie different. Like she's not bringing anything different to the table to the WNBA other than she's white. That's your point. That's the only thing she brings to the table. Not the assist, not the long threes, not the intensity. Right? That's it. That the only reason people are talking about her is because she's white. What just happened? You're not convincing me. You're not convincing me. If next year the WNBA drafts a rookie and she takes off, she's averaging 25, 15, and 10. Do you think I'm going to care what her race is? I'm going to be like, that's a girl that can ball right there. I say it about Diana Taurasi. That's a girl that can ball. All right. Lisa Leslie, I mentioned earlier. You have to recognize greatness. And for some reason, some people, it seems to be at the same network all the time. They can't look past the cover of the book before they give them any kind of accolade, any kind of praise for their accolades. They can't look past it. All this upswell of interest in the WNBA, all these extra ticket sales. And Monica McNutt thinks it's only because Caitlin Clark's white. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. That's bullshit. That's a lazy take. That is such lazy journalism. Unfortunately, 12-ounce sports doesn't have $1 billion to take you down, but that's lazy. And if somebody on 12-ounce sports took that lazy route, I'd tell them to just start your own YouTube because this is stupid. She's clearly a difference maker. And that's all this person sees. What just happened? Tired of it. I'm tired of it. Everybody wants to look through that lens. I think it's lazy. I think it's to get clicks. I think it's to get reactions. I think it's to get conversation going. There's better ways to have conversation. I go to dinner parties. That's not how we start out conversation. Come on, people, be better. Modern day. Let's shift gears here. The modern dating world. Good luck, fellas. I'm currently in a relationship. I'm also almost 52. So, if this relationship fails, it's time to about hang them up. But you young guys, I don't know what you're going to do. I think I read a stat. I got to take a drink of Guinness because the Falcon's not here. It's his birthday. He would be having a field day with this topic. I know that. Let me take a drink real quick. Drink with me if you're drinking. Thursday's the new Friday. I think I saw a stat that less and less young people are pursuing relationships. I wonder why. Because even if you're a millionaire baseball player, you could possibly not get a date just because you didn't follow somebody back on Instagram. What just happened? Livy Dunn says her relationship with Paul Skeens nearly ended before it began because he wouldn't follow her back on Instagram. That's what was important to her. Paul, great picture. You do you. She's obviously gorgeous. But you know where her priorities are. Yeah, she almost decided not to date you because you wouldn't follow her back on Instagram. Like, why is that? For generation after generation, we survived dating, making families, getting married, making families without social media. This new age stuff, woo! I'm on the back half. I really am glad I'm on the back half. This dude's got the world by the nuts. The nuts. He's possibly the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. He's probably going to get this huge, crazy contract. All right. Obviously, beautiful women are interested in him. But he's still fighting stuff like this. I almost didn't have a relationship with him because he didn't follow me back on Instagram. Good luck, you young men. Good luck. I wish you well. I'll be rooting for you from the non-dating pool, which is probably good. Nobody wants a 52-year-old in the dating pool. I don't even need to be in the dating pool. I have a woman, but I'm just saying, nobody wants a 50-something in the dating pool. With 20-year-olds? No. I try to play tennis with 20-year-olds. I get my ass kicked. That's how it's going to work out for you in the dating pool, too. I tell you. This is going to seem like I'm angry because my next topic, hopefully my sound and my lips are synced. My iPad charger broke off in my iPad input, so I had to switch cameras last minute. I didn't have a chance to sync them up. So if they're not synced, I apologize. If they are, just ignore me. I am drinking Guinness. Get a little paranoid. This next topic's gonna, after the string of topics I've had so far, it's gonna make you think this guy's a little angry. I'm not. I promise you, when I go offline here, I'm gonna be joking and farting and doing the same things I always do. But hasn't April Fool's Day gotten just a little bit boring? Just a little bit boring. Like clockwork. At 5:15 a.m. What was that? Tuesday, April Fool's. I opened my Twitter account. The Cowboys have traded Dak Prescott. Tiger Woods is coming out of retirement. Michael Jordan did this. So, April Fools. What? It's so boring to me. Like, we know what you're doing. It's not funny anymore. It was funny, I don't know, about 2.5 minutes back in 1981. I was 8 years old. But, I mean, everybody does it. I mean, I don't, but so technically not everybody does it. But it's like, really? Like, I get the prank things, but I'm talking about the social media posts. Like, everybody knows what you're doing. Even one of our own guys did it. Said the PLL's folding and concentrating on the NLL because he recognizes the field game's boring and box lacrosse is where I understand. I understand why people are doing it. It's just like, it's not funny anymore. All right. The April Fool's sports take, tweets, Facebook post is like, seriously, again, it was funny years ago. Come on, people. I'm the old man on the porch yelling at the clouds. All right. Little lighter. We're getting close to the first break. I'm trying to do this solo tonight. I don't have my co-host. The first couple of topics he would have loved, but that's okay. I got your nose. Soccer is an interesting creature, right? We'll put it that way. Soccer is I've never seen this. If you're watching on YouTube or X, chime in and let me know. Have you ever seen? I've never seen another coach angrily, mind you, not playfully. They're not friends. This wasn't the joke around. Angrily pull the I got your nose. This actually happened in pro soccer. Yeah. Galatasaray. Galatasaray, or however you say that. Yeah. Like, he literally did that. He did the I got your nose. Let's do it again. What are we doing? What just happened? And then the other coach drops like he got his nose cut off, not to spite his face. Oh, these are grown men. I mean, The coach pulling the nose looks like he's in his 60s. This is a grown-ass man pulling another man's nose because he's mad at him. What just happened? Oh, you got to love soccer. I feel like that would only happen in soccer. Only happen in soccer. Hey, we'll be right back. What just happened? I got to do this solo tonight. For the first time since probably football season, at the end of what just happened, we'll give you some picks, some betting picks through our sponsor, MyBookie. I had last year, no joke, you can go back to the old YouTube files. I can even, put together a collage for you. I was running at about a 72% clip last year. I'm going to give you my breakdown of the Final Four, not just money line picks. I'm going to go, spreads, over-unders, stuff like that. But you got to stick around. What just happened? Every Thursday live on 12 Ounce Sports at 6:30 p.m. All right, this is not a very long commercial break. We'll be right back. Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much plaque. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam.
Oh, yeah. Thursday is the new Friday. Coming at you live on 12 Ounce Sports. Is what just happened.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Listen up. It's 12-ounce sports. We have all kinds of new content. Thanks to the guys at Fired Up Sports. We had Tracy Murray on today at noon, breaking down the men's and women's Final Four, Daily Dive, the Rome Show, Captain Lou's back, live sports, most notably our Illinois Wesleyan partnership, but we have some more exciting sports coming up in the summer with the Box Lacrosse League and the Rocky Mountain Raptors, looking for more partnerships. Exciting times at 12-ounce sports. We appreciate you watching. Hopefully you can tune in as much as possible. You know, everybody watches the big boys, but we're trying to get there, right? We're trying to get there without finding, a Bob Iger to give us $10 billion. Maybe that's the wrong way to go, but we like the grassroots. We like the corporate-free sports talk so our guys can pick and choose what they talk about. And we're quite proud of it. We're quite proud of it. Now, what's not quite proud is John Morant loves the gun gesture. Is that a big deal or not? I mean, folks, I'm 52, okay? Jazz hands, gun hands, like nobody thought anything of it back in the day. I know it's a big topic now. All right. Guns is a big topic, but is this hurting anyone? Like, are we like they're fixing to knock this guy out of the league? Like they've already suspended him significant amounts of time over doing this. Like that, when I was a kid, that was like, hey, champ, go get me a pop, kiddo. Thanks, buddy. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, it's almost as much of a threat as if you actually had a gun in your hand. Like, is it really that big of a deal? Nobody's going to chime in. I understand. People don't always watch live. You're going to see this on replay. But if you are watching live, I want to know, do you think it's a big deal? I don't understand. I don't think it's a big deal. It's a hand gesture. I don't think a middle finger is a big deal. You're not actually physically hurting anyone. All right. Okay. Maybe you're simulating something, but it's not an actual physical threat to people. And the way the NBA is trying to come down on Ja Morant is like, he didn't actually shoot somebody. You do realize this. Now, I know he has a problem with real guns off the court. But still, I mean, he's literally doing this. Like, can we tone it down? Does everything have to be like this huge production, this huge uproar about everything nowadays? Or can we just kind of calm down? Like, the guy's making a hand. And again, I'll repeat myself. I don't care. I do it all the time. I'm getting old. I just blame it on, I'm losing my mental acuity. When I was a kid, an older fella, if he was trying to give you props, he'd go, thanks, kid. Like, we didn't, Bob's going to shoot me. No, what just happened? It's a hand gesture. We could probably calm down just a little bit. Speaking of calming down, everyone calm down. The torpedo bat is not new. It's not exclusive to the Yankees either. I got to pour another Guinness. This topic, you know what this reminds me of? I don't know how old. I mean, I know what our general age of viewership is. It's 25 to 44, overwhelmingly male. Sorry, ladies. I guess we're not good enough looking on 12-ounce sports. But I remember, and I don't want to speak out of school, but it was like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. All you heard on the news was shark attacks, shark attack, shark attack. And you come to find out after the dust settled that year was like below average amount of shark attacks. It just happened to be what the media was talking about. This kind of reminds me of that. That's all you hear. Torpedo bat. Oh, the Yankees analysts came up with this and they got an MIT guy to create a torpedo bat. Did they? Did they? This baseball coach, and I remember when I was a kid, metal bats, not wood bats, but this baseball coach went into this old shed and pulled out these old aluminum bats. And what do you think he found? Torpedo bats. So whoever's taking credit for the torpedo bat is a liar. They've existed. Look at this. Look at it. It says torpedo right on the bat. That bat's like 10 years old. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying because all I've heard all week is the Yankees have an analytics guy that worked with a guy from MIT to create this special bat. And there it is. It's existed. I remember bats saying torpedo on them 30 years ago when I played. It's existed. But that's all we hear. And then all we hear is, well, are the Yankees cheating? I'm a Guardians fan. I should hate the Yankees, but this is ridiculous. Are the Yankees cheating? The Yankees aren't the only ones using them. Okay, what are we doing here? What just happened? That's all it's pounded in our head all week. This. And then, Major League Baseball had to come out and say, well, technically, it fits within the confines of our rules. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to ban torpedo bats. I guarantee it. I guarantee the Major League Baseball front office is going to eventually ban these things because that's all anybody's talking. Do these modern day journalists even do any research? I did 10 minutes of research on Instagram and found this old bat in an old shed and found an old torpedo bat. And I said, I remember those. When I played high school baseball and senior A baseball, I remember those. But that's all you hear this week. The Yankees analytics guy and the MIT person created this special bat. So if we're just going that route, we're just making that up, who's to say somebody's not going to make up that it's unfair advantage to batters and they're going to ban them? Don't be surprised if they ban them. That's where we've gone, folks. Nobody does any research whatsoever. Whatever. I mean, the Major League Baseball said they fit within the rules. Can't be more than 26 point something inches in diameter at any point. All they did is make, for a lack of a better term, a pregnant area of the bat, and then everything else is skinny. But it doesn't exceed the rules of Major League Baseball of what the fattest part of the bat can be in diameter. So, I mean, what's the outcry for? I don't understand it. I really don't. I got to kind of move on because, we got a couple more topics and, we're 20 minutes to go and I want to make some picks at the end of this. Haslam, the owner of the Browns, folks, if you're not a Browns fan like me, that hurt actually. If you're not a Browns fan like me, don't be fooled by all this. Haslam coming out and saying, I made a bad choice in Deshaun Watson. I don't think he thinks that. I don't think he actually thinks that. I think he still, thinks he was right. I think he's trying to save face. I think he's trying to save face because he has almost all of Cleveland up in arms about this new stadium that they're moving out of the city. I saw even the Kelsey brothers on their podcast were talking about it. He's taking it out of the city. At first, the first thing was, these are just rumors. There's nothing happening. It's not, the stadium's not going to Brook Park. But somebody pointed out, on, renting websites and realtor websites, like, well, if the stadium's not going there, why did rent double there? I mean, like rent's like $2,000 a month in Brook Park. Have you been to Cleveland? I mean, Brook Park's a suburb, but I mean, it's Cleveland, right? A dying industry. Well, that died a long time ago, the steel, but I mean, it's building back up. But I mean, the signs were there that the stadium's actually going to happen. Now we know it's going to happen because they put out the rendering and it's pretty much set in stone. But the fans aren't happy. The fans aren't happy that the Browns stadium's not going to be downtown. And then all of a sudden Haslam comes out and he said, "Oh, we're recovering from our swing and a miss on the Watson trade. We're not going to re-sign him. We're going to let this run out and get rid of him." Interesting timing, because just last year you told us it was the right move, give it time. Now all of a sudden you want this new fancy stadium, and it was a swing and a miss. We're recovering from it. I think it's a ploy to save face, much like when Pilot J got caught duping their vendors. He said, "Shit, I don't know anything about that. Must have been all my regional managers." This is par for the course for Mr. Haslam. I'm not even going to mention his wife's name because I don't like when they lump her in with these stories. Like, don't blame her. Don't blame her. Jimmy Haslam's to blame. But it's a save face ploy, folks. You Browns fans, don't fall for it. He made that decision. He knows he screwed up. He wasn't going to say he screwed up until the fans said, "Wait a minute, you're moving the stadium where?" No. Mostly on taxpayer dimes, too. Speaking of the NFL, they're once again changing all the rules, and I have an issue with some of the rules they're changing. Now, I don't have an issue with this rule. In case you don't know, the NFL is going to allow both teams to possess the ball in regular season OT. It used to be if the team that got the ball first drove it down and scored a touchdown, that was it. If they kicked the field goal, turned the ball over, had the punt, then the other team got a possession. Now it doesn't matter what happens. Both teams have to possess the ball in overtime until the game's settled. I like that rule change. I have the other ones up, though. One of the rule changes they want, make the new kickoff or free kick play permanent. Whatever, we got used to that. This was introduced by Philadelphia, aligning the postseason, regular season, overtime rules. So the overtime rule was posed by Philadelphia. By the competition committee, they want to amend Rule 15, which is to expand. Now, this could make games 4 hours long here, to expand instant replay's ability to advise the on-field officials on specific objective aspects of a play and or to address game administration issues when clear and obvious video evidence is present. In translation, in summary, there's going to be more interaction from the booth to the field, could spark more discussion during replays. We know we all, some of us rage during these replays, like, why is this taking 5 minutes? It could add to the number of replays we have. I think, soccer, tennis, some of these, not as popular sports have kind of perfected it. My buddy was telling me what soccer does a few years ago, and I'm sold on it. In soccer, it's more important to stop the game at that situation, because anything could happen in the span of 5 seconds. There's not time in between plays in soccer, but they don't do that. As something happens, the replay officials are watching it in real time, and if they think the ref missed something important, they blow down to the ref and say, "You missed something," and then they stop the play. But the next 15, 20 seconds of game action has happened, they still stop it. Clearly, football could pull something off like that, where we don't need red flags from coaches. We don't need under 2 minutes, the refs talking in a huddle. All we need is people in the booth, honest people watching the replays, every play. And when it's necessary, when they're pretty sure something was called wrong, stop the game and replay it. Instead of this whole rigmarole and this production of, is he going to throw the red flag? Is he not? We don't need all that. This rule change, implementation here could lengthen this whole process. I don't necessarily like that. The Detroit Lions have introduced one to amend Rule 8, Section 4, eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed for defensive holding and illegal contact. The Lions are saying it shouldn't be an automatic first down for defensive holding and illegal contact. I agree with that one. If it's third down and 27 yards to go, and you have a defensive holding or illegal contact, that becomes a 27-yard first down or penalty, essentially. I mean, I know it's a 5 or 10-yard penalty, but it gives them a first down. It's essentially a 27-yard penalty. I don't think that's right. Replay the down. It's 3rd and 17. That's a good rule change. I'm going to give them that one. Now, the one I have a problem with, and come on, Green Bay, when the Browns left the league, a lot of us Browns fans became Packers fans. I'll tell you why here after a sip of a Guinness. It's because we learned through the Cleveland News, when Art Modell famously moved the Browns out of town, that there was a huge swath of Browns fans in Green Bay. There were several Browns bars and all that. So naturally, a lot of us Browns fans rooted for the Packers until the Browns came back. So I'm a little bit embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers proposing this rule change to prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who is lined up directly behind the snapper and received the snap and immediately at the snap. What are we doing here, folks? Just stop it. Just stop the play. Are you this weak? Don't even play it. I'm gonna piggyback off of what Rome said on 12 on Sports, the Rome show in the morning at 7 a.m. daily. This isn't about safety. This is about the Eagles are the only ones that have perfected this play, and everybody's mad about it because other teams have tried it. I don't think I've seen anybody get hurt from the play. So it's not a safety issue. It's a competitive issue, but it's a regular play. I hope they turn that one down because that's a pretty soft request to ban a play. We start banning plays. You know what kind of behavior that is when you ban plays? Many, many moons ago, before I started coaching high school and junior high football, which I don't coach anymore, but before junior high and high school coaching, I was a youth coach. And, youth football, you got your good and bad coaches. I was just unique. I didn't have a teaching degree. I couldn't go coach at a high school at the time. So I became a youth coach. I'm running traps, reverses, bootlegs, and people couldn't stop it. And I had one of the fastest kids in the league. All of a sudden, the rules committee in between seasons said we're going to ban pulling guards. You're going to ban pulling guards in football. Now, that was at the youth level, but this behavior is no different. We can't stop this, so we don't want it to be allowed to be run. What just happened? What? These are grown men, some of the strongest men on earth, playing pro football, making millions of dollars. And instead of trying to find a way to stop the play, they want it banned? What next? What if another Megatron comes along, a Calvin Johnson, and you can't stop him from running the fade? Every time they run the fade, or 90% of the time he runs the fade, he catches it for a touchdown. Are you going to try to ban the fade? What are we doing here? What in the absolute hell are we doing here that we're trying to ban specific plays that's perfectly legal football? Honestly, I hope the Eagles find a loophole where, okay, we're not going to push Jalen Hurts or whoever our quarterback is at the time. We're just going to have two backs behind the guards, and we're going to push the guards. And then Jalen Hurts follows in behind them. Whatever. But I think this is a weak mentality. It's embarrassing for the Packers that they introduced it. Obviously, no other team introduced it. They're the ones butthurt about it. Embarrassing. All right. I don't know if you've heard. I'm getting close to my March Madness picks. I don't know if you've heard, but big guys can ball. Some of the best basketball players I've ever seen are big dudes. And not just down low. They can shoot. They can move. They can handle the rock. Look at this guy. So next time you go to your local court, don't judge a book by its cover. Look at this dude. He's shooting Deep threes, you got to, yeah, that guy's like, yep. Yep, Duke can play. Big guys can ball, folks. Big guys can ball. All right, we're going to do my March Madness picks and then get out of here. We're down to the nitty gritty. I've survived 51 minutes on my own. Usually my co-host is here. If you're just tuning in, my co-host, his name is the Falcon. We have a good time. This show's a lot funnier and the hour goes by like this, but it's his birthday. His son's opening night lacrosse matches tonight, so obviously he's not going to miss it. I'm going to pull up, I don't know who this is. Okay, I'm going to pull up my bookie, which is the official sponsor of 12 Ounce Sports. I'll scroll it on the bottom. I'm going to make my March Madness picks. If you use the promo code 12OZ Sports, no spaces, all caps, deposit bonus. So let's go to college basketball. We have some interesting matchups. First of all, Auburn and Florida have played, right? So it's not their first rodeo. Florida won it by 9, and they were missing one of their starters. So that's important to note, right? They were missing a starter. Clayton Jr. is absolutely incredible. Am I wrong? The kid is absolutely incredible. The play he made the other night where he casually dribbled it back out the 3-point range and then all of a sudden turned around and shot the 3. Next level. Like playground stuff in huge moments. So if we go back to the Florida Gators, Auburn Tigers, what's the date of this? Florida won 90-81. Florida actually led by 10.5. It's when Auburn had a 14-game winning streak. Clayton Jr. had 19. Alex Condon had 17. Florida was missing one of their key parts there, all right? So they weren't at full strength. And I want to see, it was at Auburn. So Auburn had the home court advantage. So keep that in mind when we're making our picks. Now, Houston Duke, they haven't played this year, but it's a weird matchup. If you've watched any of this tournament, very weird matchup between Houston and Duke. We'll get to that here in a minute. I'm going to go Florida, Auburn on my bookie. It's -2.5 Florida. Okay. I like that one. Now they went 171 points the first time. The over-under is 159.5. So I'm going to ask you, do you think Florida's better or worse than the day they beat Auburn 90-81? And do you think Auburn's better or worse with the knowledge that Isaiah Broom's banged up? He's got a bad elbow, folks. He can't hide it. He's going to play, but he can't hide the bad elbow. He couldn't even flex it at the end of that last game. I'm taking, now they won by 9 the first time. They were missing a key piece. This time, Auburn's got a banged up star, and Florida's got the key piece back. I'm taking Florida. I'm laying the points, 2.5. I think that's an easy bet. The tough bet, because we're in the Final Four and we're in these cavernous arenas, San Antonio. Sometimes it's a little harder to hit the basket. I mean, it's the depth perception's different. I'm still taking the over 159.5. Okay. That puts us at, 80 to 76. Is that right? No. Puts us at 80 to 80 is just over. So 85-79, a little slightly lower score than last time between these two teams. All I'm saying is, I don't think these teams are going to suddenly shut each other down. My fear is this giant arena, maybe the shooting percentage is lower, but we're talking two elite teams here. So I'm still taking the over. I still think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think the Florida -2.5 is easy. Florida's stronger now than they were when they beat Auburn at Auburn by 9. So that's an easy one. Here comes the tough one. So that's my first. I mean, if you parlay that, it's plus 260 alone. I mean, so you don't even have to listen to me about Duke Houston. You're still getting plus 260 on my bookie. Promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. Deposit bonus up to $1,000. the 12-ounce sports sponsor. Now, if you do want to listen to me, Houston Duke, hear me out. There's a reason why the over-under is 23 points less in this game than the Florida-Auburn game. A distinct difference. Because if you've watched any basketball, Houston is annoying if you're playing against them, okay? They're absolutely annoying. Here's the problem for Houston, because my Boilermakers had them beat. Houston got away with a blatant charge. Nobody called it. Purdue would have had the ball with 10 seconds to go, tied with a chance to win. I'm putting my money on Braden Smith, or he drops it off to Trey Kaufman-Wren. We win the game. That's my theory. They got away with a huge charge. They get that inbound play, that famous inbound play, and they beat my Boilermakers. Here's the problem. Duke is light years this year better than Purdue. So, yes, Houston's going to give Duke fits, but Houston's advantage against most teams, and it was against Purdue, is their tenacity on the glass, the offensive rebounds. Duke can match them in size and tenacity, and as good as Houston is as rotating, Tennessee had a lot of open shots. It's the fear of Houston being in your face that threw Tennessee off. I don't think they're going to scare Duke like that. I'm taking Duke -5. All right. I'm not going to take the over-under, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I'm at +600 on my bookie. I don't need to take the over-under. And plus, I don't know, maybe Duke slows it down. I see Duke winning this 70-60. That puts us at 130. That's the under. We cover. But a couple buckets here and there, and then I'm wrong. So I'm not going to do the over-under. So on my bookie, and again, I ran at a 72% clip last year, so hopefully I'm right. I'm going Florida -2.5, and I'm going Florida Auburn over 159.5, and I'm taking the Blue Devils -5. I think that's a steal of a line. I think that's a steal of a line right there. Duke -5. That gets you +628 with your 4% boost, which is what my bookie's offering right now. +628. +628. You bet $10, you win $62.80. If you bet 100, it just, add a zero. That's how math works. Promo code at MyBookie, 12 letters, OZ Sports. All capital letters, no spaces. Deposit bonus up to $1,000. Tail me, +628 with the boost. There you go. We got through the whole hour by myself. Falcon, happy birthday. Folks, thanks for watching. Keep watching 12 Ounce Sports, all kinds of new content coming on. I do appreciate watching this show. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thursday is the new Friday. Peace.
My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up a gram like an exam, glitz and glam. Numbers going up, I need a plaque. I need diamond girls to floss like I got too much black. All I do is chill at the crib and kill a track. You're probably on the menu if you say you rap. My discography is a hit list. The hottest girl is on my hit list. The hottest parties, I'm on the guest list. Roll up